What is happening on this planet now is a great energetic transformation, where the Earth is moving from its original state to a more stable vibration. Beloveds, many subjects are currently dealing with the planetary transition. Although science is still reluctant to address this issue, channeled messages from the spirit world are increasingly incisive in stating that the Earth is now going through a transition never before seen on this planet. For those who follow the precepts of Christ Jesus, they have heard so many references to the end of a time, announced by him 2,000 years ago. When I mention vibration, I want you to understand it as a measure. And what are these measurements? Dimensions are not physical spaces, as many people think, but aspects of consciousness that vibrate within a specific frequency range. Each dimension vibrates according to certain laws and frequencies. The universe, for example, vibrates within the so-called third dimension. Gradually, the Earth is leaving behind lower vibratory patterns and moving towards higher vibrations. Those who inhabit this celestial body and who are attuned to these changes, either through their high sensitivity or through studies in spirituality and meditation practices, can perceive this transition with a certain clarity. This perception occurs because the transformations taking place on the planet also affect us. Symptoms such as more frequent headaches, colds, flu, and other signs of malaise in the physical and emotional body may be related to a process known as creating the body of light, or ascension flu. It's nothing more than our physical body's response to the changes in vibrational frequency on our planet. It's as if we were all computers undergoing technological upgrades, adjusting to become lighter, both in body and soul. These changes prepare us to vibrate in harmony with the new energies, raising our consciousness and facilitating our process of spiritual ascension. This planetary transition on Earth is part of the divine project for the evolution of the worlds. The Earth, which has housed learning spirits under a consciousness shrouded in the veil of oblivion, is now beginning to enter a higher and therefore broader level of consciousness. If before man lived in a material world with third-dimensional vibrations, in this new phase, the Earth will resonate with fifth-dimensional energy. The world we have known until then will quickly cease to exist, and a renewed and very different Earth will emerge. The third dimension is an extremely detailed and powerful aspect, where the nature of consciousness is based on self-centeredness, separation, competition, and duality. The third dimension. Earth corresponded to a world of atonement and proof, as the Spiritist doctrine teaches us. The new Earth that is emerging, vibrating in the energies of the fifth dimension, will be a world of regeneration, that is, free of pain and suffering. This transition was announced by Christ during his time among us. Due to this significant transformation, the frequency of the planetary network will rise to reach the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is one that vibrates faster than the third dimension. This stage is marked by a wisdom that is based on love, compassion, unity, and the law of fraternity. The new Earth is already in this fifth stage of consciousness. It's important to understand that a planetary transition is not an isolated event. It is a grand event that involves the entire galaxy. As our world and our consciousness make the transition from a 3D reality to a 5D reality, those chosen to lead this change will have to undergo a profound transformation. This includes the transition from a carbon body to a lighter body. Our current bodies, which operate at the density and vibrations of the 3D universe, cannot withstand the higher frequencies of Earth's new vibrational energy. According to the galactic spirits, who are here to help with this process, this transition will last around 300 years. There is no exact date, as the change takes place gradually. Although it could happen through violent catastrophes, the living, conscious organism that is Earth has chosen a gentler method, to carry out this transformation. Just like the Earth, we are changing the composition of our bodies. When your carbon-based body begins to disintegrate, various symptoms can appear, such as exhaustion, depression, and disorientation. You also feel trapped and suffocated by existentialism. Human life becomes distressing, meaningless. And this awareness makes you gradually lose interest in relationships, careers, and family ties. Children are already being born with a new crystalline energy base, while adults still have a carbon base. As it is not possible for everyone to make this transition simultaneously, the strong light that the Earth is receiving is gradually adapting the old bodies to the new energies. This process occurs naturally, as the cells of the human body renew themselves on average every 4 months. This energetic change impacts everyone, but in different ways, depending on their level of understanding and awareness. It is true that everyone will go through this transformation in the energy base, but the symptoms vary, as resistance or lack of understanding about the process influences the intensity and duration of the effects. On some days, you may feel extremely tired. On others, you may experience an unexplained sadness. At certain times, a deep discouragement may arise, making you question all your decisions to date. Some nights, you may go to bed feeling fine and wake up the next day feeling very unwell, as if you've been through a battle, exhausted, achy, out of sorts, and often with physical pain in your head, stomach, back, or limbs. You may also experience nausea, motion sickness, or even diarrhea. This is because a large part of our energy is exchanged while we are asleep. The more we adjust our consciousness to align with the new Earth, the faster our physical body will be ready. This process is known as crystal energy activation. When the crystalline light reaches Earth, everyone receives it, but those who don't activate it will get little or no benefit from it. It is essential to learn how to activate it. First, you need to understand a little about how this planetary transition process works and what is really changing. It's important to understand that the crystalline light affects everything and everyone, from humans, animals, plants, minerals, and everything that exists in these realms. But above all, it has a profound impact on human consciousness, since the Earth is a school for the evolution of consciousness. The transformation to a crystalline form is an essential phase on the path of ascension, allowing us to fully integrate the energies of the fifth dimension and blossom into a higher state of consciousness. The old barriers begin to dissipate, and the capabilities of the crystalline body begin to emerge. This is truly an inspiring turning point in humanity's collective awakening. The more aware you are of this process and the higher your vibrations, the more easily you will be able to incorporate these new energies into your physical bodies. As a result, those going through this change may experience a variety of signs and symptoms as their bodies adapt to this new reality. Our dense bodies try to adapt as best they can to the changes. But this is not always possible. And then the symptoms of ascension flu appear, which have no obvious reason to explain them. Here are some of them. One of the main signs of transitioning to a crystalline body is feeling depressed. Experiencing bouts of depression for no apparent reason is the most common symptom. The new body is remodeled and cleansed of dark energies, such as traumatic experiences and self-hatred. This process affects some people, who are misled into thinking that things will never get better. This feeling of depression occurs because the body and mind are adjusting to the new, higher energies. During this process, the old emotions, memories, and blockages that have been stored in our being begin to emerge to be released. As a result, there may be moments of deep sadness, discouragement, or apathy, which seem to come out of nowhere. These periods of depression are not necessarily indicative of something wrong, but rather a sign that the body is processing and releasing old energies to align with the new crystalline frequencies. It's important to recognize these feelings as part of the transformation process and allow the body to carry out this purification, knowing that by going through it, it will be preparing itself for a higher, more harmonious state of being. The process of disillusionment gradually replaces old and obsolete belief systems with the truth, causing old patterns and ideas to slowly begin to disappear. As this happens, thoughts begin to seem more tangible and authentic than the physical reality of the material world. You begin to question everything, from the meaning of your existence to the purpose of your life, and the illusions that once supported your beliefs fade away. The lies that are accepted by the masses no longer have any power over you, and you find the courage to free yourself from karmic relationships that no longer serve your growth. During this process, you also learn to endure total and absolute loneliness, understanding that it is part of the path of transformation. As ascension is a deeply personal journey, most of the challenges that arise along the way are overcome by internal willpower, rather than relying on external help. This process requires immense resilience, but each obstacle overcome strengthens the connection with your true essence and brings you closer to a higher state of consciousness. One of the most obvious signs of the transition to a crystalline body is deep fatigue and a feeling of exhaustion. During this period of planetary change, many of the chosen ones wake up with the impression of having made a great effort during the night, while others face waves of unexpected sleepiness throughout the day. Although many try to resist this need for rest, the best advice I can give is simple. Don't go against this urge to sleep. Many of you are being summoned to fulfill spiritual tasks while you sleep. The tiredness you feel when you wake up is the result of the intense work you are doing alongside your spiritual mentors. There is a lot of work to be done on the spiritual plane, and there are few people available to help. That's why every contribution is extremely valuable. The mentors need incarnate individuals who are willing to help in the processes of purification and spiritual rescue. The drowsiness that many of you are feeling is a clear sign of this call to action. So allow yourself to rest when you feel sleepy. Give your body the time it needs to recover. Stay hydrated, take care of your diet, and try to expose yourself to the sun to absorb vitamin D in the morning. By following these guidelines, you'll notice an improvement in your energy throughout the day and a more restorative sleep. An intense desire to be in touch with nature begins to dominate her thoughts, accompanied by the desire to leave behind the old life and start again. Connecting with nature becomes an act of liberation, where even the desert seems to call us, as we recognize its healing properties and the depth of its impact on our being. It's important to remember that the carbon-based body needs intense pressure, both external and internal, to transform into a crystalline body in a similar way to the process of creating diamonds in nature. For this reason, many of the symptoms related to the transformation to the crystalline body can seem oppressive and overwhelming. If you are experiencing these signs of change to a crystalline body, prepare yourself to follow the path of your spirituality firmly. Just like the process of creating a diamond, this journey requires endurance and determination, but the result is a profound transformation that raises your consciousness and connects you with your true purpose. The mood swings and emotional changes you are experiencing are the result of the purification taking place in your 4 lower bodies: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. This deep cleansing is bringing to light all the shadows that you have accumulated and repressed over time. The new energies are revealing issues that you may have overlooked, but which now need attention. Everything is being shown to you so that you can heal these situations completely. That's why it's important that you allow this purification process to happen naturally, without resistance. Don't avoid feeling what you're feeling. Don't deny your feelings. Instead of trying to suppress or ignore your emotions, try to understand what they are trying to tell you. Now, more than ever, it is essential that you practice self-acceptance and self-compassion. If you are going through this phase, I recommend that you explore alternative therapies, such as Reiki, Theta healing, access bars, flower therapy, aromatherapy, and chromotherapy. All these practices can help cleanse and harmonize your emotional field, facilitating the healing process and bringing more balance to your life. Muscle pain. For no apparent reason, you may start to feel pain and spasms in your muscles. These sensations can come on suddenly, without a clear physical cause, and are often associated with the process of spiritual ascension. As the physical body adjusts to the new vibrational frequencies, it undergoes a series of internal changes. These changes can cause tension and discomfort in the muscular tissues, as energy flows through the body in new and different ways. These pains and spasms can be interpreted as the body releasing old energies and blockages that have been stored in the muscles over time. The ascension process requires the body to become a purer, lighter channel for the new energy, and part of this process involves releasing old tensions and dense energies that no longer serve your spiritual growth. Although these pains can be uncomfortable, they are usually temporary and part of the body's natural process of adjusting to the new vibrations. To alleviate these symptoms, it's important to take good care of yourself during this transition phase. Practices such as gentle stretching, massages, adequate hydration, and relaxation techniques such as meditation and deep breathing can help relieve muscle pain and facilitate the integration of the new energies into your body. Tingling. During the body's transition from a carbon base to a crystalline base, you may start to feel a tingling sensation in your hands, feet, or other limbs. This sensation can come on suddenly and without an apparent physical cause, ranging from mild to intense. In the context of this transition, tingling is often considered a sign that your body is responding to the new, higher energies. As your physical body adjusts to incorporate a crystalline structure, energy begins to flow in new and different ways, activating specific energy centers, such as the hands and feet. These centers are essential in the transformation process, and tingling can indicate that they are adapting or being restructured to deal with the increase in energy that accompanies this transition. This tingling sensation is a physical manifestation of the change process, and although it can be uncomfortable, it is usually a sign that your body is realigning with the new frequencies. To ease the discomfort, you can practice grounding techniques, such as walking barefoot, meditating, or using crystals that help balance your energy. For those who are already on the path of spiritual awakening, ringing in the ears can become a constant and sometimes uncomfortable experience. This phenomenon is associated with the development of the pineal gland, also known simply as the pineal gland. This gland has a high concentration of quartz crystals, which are responsible for picking up and transmitting vibrational frequencies, playing an essential role in our connection with other dimensions. When you notice this buzzing, it's an indication that the frequencies around you are intensifying. If your pineal gland is not yet fully capable of decoding or processing these energies, this can manifest as noises or beeps that vary in tone from high-pitched to low-pitched. In addition, these sounds can also signal the presence of disembodied spirits or extraterrestrial astral beings trying to communicate with you, which also activates the pineal gland, resulting in these sounds. Ringing in the ears is one of the most recurrent symptoms during the planetary transition process. It reflects a recalibration and energetic adjustment that your physical body is undergoing to align with the new frequencies of the Earth. Although it can be uncomfortable, it's important to recognize that this tinnitus is a natural part of the process of adapting to the emerging energies and dimensions that are becoming more prevalent in our reality. During the transition to a crystalline body, you may begin to notice that it is becoming increasingly difficult to maintain focus and concentration. If you were previously used to having razor-sharp mental clarity and a strong ability to concentrate, this new experience can be particularly challenging. However, it is crucial to understand that this lack of focus is a natural part of the transformation process you are going through. As your body begins to absorb higher frequencies and more light, your mind also needs to adjust to these changes. This adaptation process can result in a kind of mental confusion, where your thoughts seem scattered, and maintaining a clear line of reasoning becomes difficult. Your brain is learning to operate at a higher level of consciousness, and this can temporarily disrupt cognitive functions that were previously habitual for you. You may start a task and then get distracted, or you may find it difficult to remember details and information that previously came to you effortlessly. It's as if your mind is adjusting to a new way of processing and storing information. And this period of adaptation can create a fog that obscures your mental landscape. It's not uncommon for you to feel as if your thoughts are scrambled, making it challenging to focus on anything for long. In addition, there may be reports of times when, during sleep, you are able to access certain future events, whether in relation to personal issues or even involving global catastrophes that have not yet occurred in our reality. This can be explained by the arrival of these new energies in large quantities on the planet, promoting a kind of interweaving of realities that makes it possible for you to access other timelines that coexist in parallel with the reality of the Earth in which we live. As you progress through the process of incorporating a crystalline structure, you may notice an intensification in your sensitivity and emotions. This change can be profound and, in some cases, overwhelming. Feelings such as joy, sadness, anger, or love can seem incredibly profound, surprising you with their strength and impact. This intense emotional experience is part of the process your body is going through to clear out old emotional patterns and make room for new, higher frequency energies. Your emotional reactions begin to resonate with the crystalline structure, which is characterized by increased sensitivity and awareness. With this transformation, you become increasingly sensitive to the emotions of others and to the emotional tone of the environment around you. Even if you have been a more detached or resistant person in the past, you can now feel deeply influenced by the energies and moods of the people around you. This increased sensitivity can be both a blessing and a challenge, facilitating deeper connections with people, but also requiring careful management of your emotional boundaries. During this period of heightened emotional awareness, long-buried emotions and unresolved traumas may surface, seeking recognition and release. In addition, as you continue the transition to a crystalline state, you are likely to notice a significant increase in your intuitive and psychic faculties. Many of those chosen have experienced drastic changes in their sleep patterns, often waking up between 3 and 3:30 in the morning for several days in a row. Although this can be caused by factors such as poor diet, stress, or anxiety, there is also a deeper explanation. This phenomenon is linked to the immense amount of energy you are anchoring in your physical body, along with the updating of your DNA, which may be directly affecting your sleep cycles and the rhythm of your body. So, my friends, evolutionary levels always follow the degree of individual knowledge. The school is collective, but the steps need to be climbed individually. Not everyone passes at the same time. In each group, there are always those who qualify first, and there are also those who take longer to absorb the teachings offered to the whole class. beloved ones. The Earth is making its transition, ascension, regardless of whether or not you want, like, and make your own ascension. Don't wait for someone to come and save you. You will know the truth, and the truth will save you. The great teacher warned us 2,000 years ago. We are facing these facts now. Don't be afraid of change. Don't worry too much about predicting difficulties. Each of us will face exactly what we need to face, and will be in the right place at the right time. We have all planned our life journey, and each of us has a sole purpose that will be fulfilled according to the divine laws and our free will. We are only responsible for our own actions. The actions of others are their sole responsibility. By being exposed to the crystal light, you can adjust it according to your own vibrations. With the right practices, you can reduce the periods of discomfort that changes can cause. Learn to channel this energy through contact with nature, the earth, water, and plants. Use breathing and meditation to activate this energy in a positive way. Get more rest, sleep more, eat in moderation, drink more water, trust in your personal power, be patient with yourself and others, always love and forgive. Adopt practices that help maintain your energy balance. Leave the past behind and avoid worrying too much about the future. Live in the present. Feel, trust, and believe that everything is changing, including your beliefs. Avoid competition and be more collaborative. Understand that discussions often arise because everyone is positioning themselves according to their own energy. This positioning will determine who gets closer or further away from you, and this cannot be changed. Don't worry too much about the future. So many things are changing that what you want today may not be as important tomorrow. Build the present according to what the present demands. Changes will happen naturally, at the right time, neither before nor after. Above all, it is essential that you review your concepts and be willing to change your beliefs. The spirit guides have warned us that many of the things we believed would happen in the past may not materialize in the way we imagined. So expect news and be prepared for the unexpected. Staying stuck in disbelief and doubt won't help you. On the contrary, open yourself up to the new. Receive the new energies with love and gratitude. Remember that you alone are responsible for building your own path. No one else can do that for you.